Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this Monday morning with business coach Moloy. Day 17, and this day 17 comes in from good old Dhaka. So I had mentioned to you that we had started off with a seminar in Dhaka, and we signed up our first client in Dhaka. So yesterday we started the coaching process and had a couple of two lovely meetings with two enterprising entrepreneurs. And we hope that we can add some value into their businesses. But for us, it is day 17 and back to the life and business transformation series. Last week, we spoke about the last three strategies of improving self-discipline and productivity and coupling that with the power of self-confidence and self-esteem for a business owner. Episode 17 is all about problem solving and decision making. A big piece of being successful is the ability to solve problems and decision making. Will we have problems in life and business? A big yes. Can we have a structured method to solve problems and take the right decision? Yes, you can. So let's understand the process of problem solving at greater length. A lot of people actually fail at this stage because they aren't able to define the true problem. And unless we have defined the problem well, the end solution will be half-hearted and short-lived. When it comes to problem solving in business, there are different methods that are used. Some people prefer to take the analytical approach, others may want to be more creative in their thinking. No matter what your personal choice is, it is important to be able to adapt and change as needed when faced with a problem. By being versatile and flexible, you're better equipped to find solutions that work for everyone involved. Workplace issues need to be overcome. If they are not overcome and if they are brushed under the carpet, this will keep on lingering till it turns into a volcano. So workplace issues need to be solved and need to be overcome. Spending some time in defining the problem well, looking at the root cause, looking at the symptoms, looking at the causes, and not only it's about the solution. So think in terms of why this problem is coming up, or why has this problem come up? Is there a pattern to this problem? What are the things that we need to look at? What are the root causes that we need to look at rather than sitting today and saying, this is the solution to that problem? If the problem is not thought through well, the solution while you're taking today may work, but at some point in time, the problem will again recur because we have not got into the root cause. So step one, today we are going to speak about the 7 steps of problem solving. Step one, define the problem. What is the problem and how did you discover that problem? Is it a new problem that has started now, or has this problem been lingering for a long time, or has this problem been recurring multiple times in the past? Because if this is recurring multiple times in the past, then you will have some data. So the next step is the next question that you should ask yourself: is there enough data which will help you contain the problem and prevent it from getting passed on to the next process? So the definition of the problem is very critical. What is the problem? When and how did you discover the problem? Is it a new problem? Is it a recurring problem? Or is it a problem that was left unaddressed? And is there enough data available with you to find out root cause? Step 2. Now comes the time of clarifying the problem further, digging deep. What data is available or needed to help you to clarify or fully understand the problem? Sometimes timing can be an issue. Like if you remember the last time we spoke about urgent and important. Is this problem urgent and important, or is it important but not urgent? Need to clarify those. Do you have enough resources at this point in time with you to help you address this problem? Can you pass on the problem to somebody higher up in the system, somebody external in the system, or do you have somebody to whom this problem can be delegated and he or she can find a solution? So remember again the Eisenhower model, the task fatigue. That is there something that I personally need to address, or it can be delegated and I just need to have an oversight. Ensure that whatever you do, the problem is contained and it does not get into a snowballing effect. Step 3, define the goals. If I were to address this problem, what is your end goal? What is it that I want to achieve? What will I achieve if I fix this problem? And what is the desired timeline for solving this problem? Depending on whether it's a category A, category B, or category C task list, in your task list, you will have different timelines and different methodologies. Now comes the most important, which is step 4. How much can I dig deep into this problem? What is the root cause? If a client is unhappy consistently with my product, what is the root cause? And the root cause could be multiple. One, the client himself is not aware of what quality he wants. The client may not be communicating that quality to you. The quality may be communicated to you, but it's not getting percolated down. If it's percolated down, people are probably not able to ascertain why this quality is required and what would be your QC check. So it could have multiple connotations. So identify all the possible causes of the problem, the prioritization of the possible causes of the problem, and what information or data do you need to validate that root cause. These are important steps. And here is where your maximum amount of time should be invested. Even if this is a problem that has been delegated away to somebody else, it is up to you to understand whether that person has been able to identify the root cause, or are we just addressing the visible symptom. Step 5, once you have been able to define the problem well, decided whether it's a category A, B, C task, you have been able to do the root cause analysis, develop a set of action plans. What are all the list of actions that are required to address that root cause? Not the problem, ladies and gentlemen, but the root cause, and to prevent the problem from recurring again. Some problems you will have to assign the task list to you. In some cases, you will have to assign the ownership to somebody else with a timeline and your monitoring mechanism to be able to identify and monitor the timeline and the development. Step 6, execute an action plan. And I use this regularly. I see a lot of meetings that are happening within organizations, whether it's a leadership team meeting or it's a Monday morning meeting or weekly meetings or monthly meetings. And every meeting has a different format or different MOM, minutes of the meeting. For me, it is extremely critical to be able to track the actions and the decisions that were taken in the past. So taking it on a spreadsheet and doing it by the week on a single spreadsheet is very important for us to be able to track down. Otherwise, we run the risk of something that was discussed in the month of September being lost in this milieu of other activities, and we forgetting all about it till it arises as a new problem somewhere else. So create those action plans and monitor those action plans rigorously. And once the actions have been monitored, go back into your first level that what were the goals that you would wanted to achieve through this problem and evaluate the result. Collect the data, monitor it. Did it meet your goals in defined in step 3? If not, repeat step 3 or repeat step 8. Were there any unforeseen circumstances which stopped you from not following the timeline? Accept it. If the unforeseen, if this was foreseen, if this was within your control, then why did it happen? Why were the timelines late? So this is a typical problem-solving methodology that we use with our clients, within our organization, and you would do well to do this on a very structured basis. So two main lessons that come up when a general was making a speech in one of the UN events. The two main lessons that come up when you're solving problem is one of leadership and the second is of decision making. The lesson on leadership was that everyone should know their goal. And it is up to the general in this case, or you as a business owner, to ensure that every single individual knows the overall goal of the organization, not 15 goals, one goal. I want to be what? As an organization, I want to be what? That goal needs to be very clear in your mind, and you should invest time and energy to ensure that team members within your organization understand the sanctity of that goal. The second is on decision making. Problem solving has two connotations, leadership and decision making. On decision making, sometimes in life you will be called upon to make a decision of something that you don't understand completely. But the decision made now and acted upon is much better than sitting around doing nothing. A solution will come as long as you keep moving. This is always this debate about patience and decision making. Some people say have patience. I say yes, have patience. But analysis paralysis can last forever. This patience can last forever. And this patience is not patience, it is just the analysis paralysis of not being wanting to take a decision. A great characteristic of a good decision is to set a timeline for making a decision. A lot of people keep putting it off, keep putting off a decision because they actually don't want to make a decision. And by doing that, they would never solve a problem. The main goal of solving a problem is to take action. The goal is not to solve a problem. Goal is to not to make a decision. The goal is to take action. For that action, you need a decision. The best decision makers on this planet and the best problem solvers on this planet are not best because they're great at taking a decision and great at solving a problem, but they're great at taking action. So now I want you to step back and ask yourself, what decisions have I not met? Which decisions have I not made? Which problems have I not solved? It could be career, business, money, health, relationship. Identify 2 or 3 areas that you need to solve a problem and make a decision. Make a list, go back to that 8-step process that we spoke about and solve and take an action. This is some homework that all of us need to do. We need to be constantly taking action based on a decision, based on critical thinking, which is linked to the 7-step process that we just spoke about. Next week, I will help you deep dive into thinking, into critical thinking. And I'll speak about the 7 hats of thinking, Edward de Bono. A lot of you may have read about him. If you have not, please go out and read about him. And we will talk at length about the critical thinking aspect. How do you use different hats at different times? So Edward de Bono is it is, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, same place, same time. Till then, a very good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. And I will see you in India on the next Monday, same place, same time. Till then, have a great week and Please take care of yourself.